the sound is very gentle, and you have clean pedal and sensitive touch, and so on. So the impression over there is you need more melody, more melody, more melody. So we will look at that. So let's just look at maybe two, up to 4 places. Okay, so can we play the first, the measure 3 and 4? Yeah, like you played before. Okay, because we have trouble understanding the last rhythm. Da 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 da. Sorry, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. You know, you're playing so slowly here that we're getting lost. We think, basically we don't feel the pulse anymore. So, the question is, do we need to slow down somewhat? You know, because it's hard to understand. To the point that we kind of not sure if that note was really needed, maybe this note was accidental. Okay, so we have da, 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 da. Da, 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 and then da, 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 da. And you know, that's actually we need to show it, because otherwise we won't understand what happened. We think something was not quite clear. Okay, we try one more time. See, maybe it will kind of get better. Because you can just play like that, or something between the A, between, hard to see. What are the last measure? Okay, yeah, one high. Okay, yeah, one is half measure. Fine, that D flat is not legato, and that's where we're losing you, literally, okay? If da 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 da, yeah. Okay, well we can, you know, it's pretty much the same story next door, and it happened like 3 times. What's going on? But now you heard yourself, you heard better. Okay. Can we play this one? And then clean. Wow, this is very big. If you could use something else. It looks kind of a giant step between neighboring fingers. I would use something else. Okay. One thing about the left hand, you know, it's intended to be let go, like a harp, okay? And you know, and so you don't need to guard the chord. Let's do the third one, and we will kind of let the left hand go. That one, that was much better now. Okay, so between these two parts now, the left hand is accompaniment, and the right hand is melody already here. So we could try left hand less, and the right hand starts on an offbeat, da dee dee da, right, and starts more immediately after the chord. So this is a different color than this. This is a little flute, and this is hard. Let's call it like this. You will try this one, so left hand much less. Okay, it was actually more interesting in terms of there was a better division between what is accompaniment, what is melody. I think you don't need to hurry, you know, with the right hand. Can we do one more time? Relax. You're relaxed. The atmosphere is relaxed here in this one. And then clear. Okay, yes. So if you can, basically, from the perspective of sitting there, I remember these notes were basically not clear. So now it's also more beautiful. Okay. So now, you know, can we start this part, the actual official beginning of the piece? simply to close these two parts, you know. So, okay, so that kind of takes care of this. I really need to read it. But here, here we have kind of, we really can't find you. It's like, somewhere there is the melody, but we have to hear it better. Can you try from here? Because it's the just missed an A flat, right? Yeah, we could hear that. Okay, so F, B flat, A flat, G flat. Alright, so can we slow down? Ya da di di da. So well, it's kind of better, but it has to be kind of much more clear than it is right now. So how would you practice this? Okay, so we need a different touch on the melody, much deeper, maybe from the arm, and we need to kind of feel that melody is at the center of it. All the other things are basically ornaments, you know, maybe the birds, or maybe there's more birds than just one. Okay, so, can we play the first beat, just the first beat, and we need the F. Okay, can I try this? I don't know. Okay, so I talk. Can I just sit here for a second? Okay. And so on. So I'm doing, okay, pianissimo. And this one is different. Now this one is easy. A flat. So, okay, you can think this way. Literally, this chord is not like that, the chord is like this. Okay? I would practice what I was just doing. That one is actually easy. It's about the other note. Okay, so I think, you have to, in a certain way, it's kind of a psychological barrier. You have to think about the melody as mezzo forte. Maybe this way. What we see on the page, it says piano, okay, but when it says piano, it means left-hand piano and right-hand piano. No, we have two parts already, but very often we have four parts. There's the bass, there's the middle, there's the melody. So, okay, so if you add mezzo forte to pianissimo, you will probably get piano, right? So one way of thinking about it, okay, my melody is actually deep singing mezzo forte, okay? But can we try the first what I was trying to do? More on that. Okay, so we're looking at the long four and long note. Okay, let's just continue. Okay, so we could hear that the G flat, the low G flat, was actually pretty good. But it had a competitor, and we have to, so it's, okay, so one side of the story is, yes, we need to know, like 100%, which ones are the melodic notes, right? And then we have to be careful that the accompaniment, especially in the same register, neighboring notes, or even it can be the same note, but we cannot get confused which one is actually the melodic one, which one is not. So we have to be careful about the non-melodic notes, whether they are, can we do basically right hand, see what happens? Can you do some right hand? Okay, so the F is still not quite singing fa. Okay, so down. Okay, I would actually skip the B flat when I practice, and then I would just add the very gentle. That B flat is good. So, okay, yeah, well, I have a feeling you are looking for the right kind of sound. Okay, so this is the most important thing, if you know what you're looking for, it's not, so that means you will find a way, because we were really, it's beautiful, but there's no center, we feel like, oh, this is a beautiful garden with flowers, I don't know, but where's the center? And the center is the lark, the melody, okay, so I think it's most important in this part. Can you play? Okay. Can you play this one? Because it was kind of strange in a way. I don't know what was happening here. Is there a way to actually connect these chords without letting go? No. Does the change really need to happen here, or is the change actually here while you're holding the melody in the right hand? Because the way it's printed, because at this point we have the bass is disappearing. Every time you have an octave in the right hand, the bass is disappearing, like a kind of a hiccup. Okay, so. I think the longer I look at it, the way it's printed is correct. The change is actually on the bass. It's not on the right hand octave, but with the bass octave. Kind of unusual. We don't see it very often. But if we slow down and do what is actually written, pedal, pedal, pedal. So at this point we don't have, there was a hole in the left hand basically, like silence, and now the left hand is actually legato. So now, of course you need a phrase, you need to imagine, but that's a different story. But at least we have the right, because the pedal is to have the harmony. The pedal is not to make it sound strange, right? So we have a legato, and that legato will help you to phrase the melody. If we have because of the wrong pedal, then we can't really do much about the melody is forte, but it's still beautiful. Okay, so this one is actually, I'm glad we looked, because we just looked closer, and this is where the pedal is supposed to be changed. Okay, let's go to, can we go from this one? What is your plan about, yes, one of them is forte, this one, right? Okay, so we know about that one, and the ending is very good, just, but here, is it like that? Is it, the feeling is you're losing notes going up. So, okay, so the moment is, okay, well, I guess the bird is flying now. So I think we need crescendo. Right? Maybe each time is less, right? Because of that. But if, okay, so this, okay. So can we try try this? Do the crescendo going up? Yeah, well, it was kind of more virtuoso right now because you were in two minds. You wanted to play more, but then you wanted to play less at the same time. So, what would happen if we, okay, now I would practice, well, okay, so it's 3 times the same, so I don't like 3 times the same, so what do I do, right? It's the first time, I guess, more, second time less, and then less. Could I do, maybe no pedal here, see what happens? I don't know, or left pedal? Okay, can we try mezzo forte, mezzo piano, pianissimo, maybe slower? Yeah,
Slawomir, times it up.
Well, but at least we got the wave is correct right now. But I would this is kind of a moment. It depends a lot about how you feel, what you want. It's kind of up to you really. So, but the feeling was you were losing notes in the left hand, and now we are using. Not only we have the notes back, but we also using them to create the flying effect. Okay. But anyway, thanks so much.